I know, it's Monday again. I'm sorry, everybody. We got through the weekend. Hope everybody had a good St. Patrick's Day. Which, if you didn't know, St. Patrick, which I relearned this in our pastor's sermon yesterday morning. St. Patrick was the first, what did he call him? Missionary to Ireland. So he was the one who brought the faith over to Ireland, which is why St. Patrick's Day, you think of the Irish culture, the Irish people. A lot of people misuse it to go out drinking. That was not where, St. Patrick, he didn't, that wasn't what he was known for. So I don't know why it's become a drinking holiday. Um, I, I don't have anything against people drinking. Drunkenness is the sin. Drinking alcohol, I don't have a problem with it. You keep it under control. Enjoy what you want. I personally just don't drink. I prefer to have fun in my own way and have a good time without alcohol, but that's just me. I'm not trying to harp on anybody who drinks, but I'm just trying to clarify that St. Patrick's Day is not a drinking holiday. It's been skewed into that. St. Patrick's Day is a holiday to remember that St. Patrick brought the faith over to Ireland. He was the first one, and I think our pastor said he founded, was it 100 or 1,000? He helped found one of those numbers of churches, a few different monasteries, I think he said. So that's why we remember him, is he brought the Christian faith over to a whole country. But other than that, since our intro is already at 2 minutes, I just wanted to give a very important shout out to my fiance again. She was here this weekend. We had a great weekend. We had fun. We went out. It was, we don't go out to party or anything. We just have fun going out to our mall and walking around stores, making each other smile and laugh, and just get ready for our wedding in 7.5 months. So I'm really, I love every time she can come out here because I really like when she's here. I even told her this. It's like going to the places by myself that we go together. It just doesn't even feel right anymore. It feels like I can't even have the same amount of fun if she's not with me. So, you can say that's an example of love, but she knows I'm not the mushy type. So, I'll leave it at that. But thank you, Kai, for coming out this weekend. And this is day 2 of my plan to get you out here next weekend, too, for all the fun activities next weekend. So, look forward to that. All right, enough about me. Today we have 6 verses in the middle of chapter 30 about atonement money. So let's read through it and see what it relates to. Then the Lord said to Moses, "When you take a census of the Israelites to count them, each one must pay the Lord a ransom for his life at the time he is counted. Then no plague will come on them when you number them. Each one who crosses over to those already counted is to give a half shekel, according to the sanctuary shekel, which weighs 20 gerahs. This half shekel is an offering to the Lord. All who cross over, those 20 years old or more, are to give an offering to the Lord. The rich are not to give more than a half shekel, and the poor are not to give less when you make the offering to the Lord to atone for your lives. Receive the atonement money from the Israelites and use it for the service of the tent of meeting. It will be a memorial for the Israelites before the Lord, making atonement for your lives." So this actually, we can get more into certain verses. I'm sorry, I keep readjusting. I tend to slouch, and I need to work on that because I'll have a bad back by the time I'm 35. The first thing that comes to mind with this is offering at church. In some respects, not all of it. We don't do shekels anymore. I would take 1,000 guesses at what a gerah is, and I wouldn't get it right. So the denominations obviously have changed throughout the years, but it just reminds me of offering. You give to the church because the church is providing you with the service of teaching you the faith, and pretty much is the conduit to Jesus and then everlasting salvation. So when you talk about something as earthly as money and what to do with it, giving to your church is a big thing, because without the church, the faith doesn't get spread to more people, less people get saved, and in the end game, money doesn't matter. You're not taking it with you when you die. No matter which direction you go, you're not taking money with you. So, don't treat money like it's the end all be all of your life. I did find it interesting, verse 15, the rich are not to give more than a half shekel, and the poor are not to give less when you make the offering to the Lord to atone for your lives. So that's very interesting, because like when you're rich, you would think you would be giving more, and when you're poor, you can't give a lot. But he says that I guess everybody's supposed to give a half shekel exactly. Let's see. Yeah. Each one who crosses over to those already counted is to give a half shekel. So yeah, and then those 20 years old or more. So I guess when you hit 20, that's when you start having to give a half shekel. So yeah, so it doesn't really talk about like a tithe here, but I know that's also entwined with offering. I'm not saying this is exactly related to offering. That's just the first thing that came to mind when I was reading through it. So yeah, you give to the church gives back to you, and what the church just gives back to you is a lot more important than what you're giving to the church. I'll leave it at that. I think it's as simple as that, even if it doesn't have to pertain to these certain 6 verses. But overall, that's just, that's how I look at it, because I've recently started to give offering. I never understood, really, and I don't know. You can find a way. You can find a way, no matter what your budget is, to give offering. And I did. I think everybody can, if I'm a full-time college student working part-time jobs. But that's back more on me. So just think about it. If you attend a church and you don't give offering, just, pray on it, think about it. And, yeah, you never know who might be helped because of it. All right. I will leave it at that. 6 verses turned into over a 7-minute video. I apologize. I'm having a good night, and I guess I talk more when I'm having a good night. Lucky me. Or lucky you. Or unlucky you. Whatever it is. Alright. I'll see you guys tomorrow.